Hi guys. Uh, for my Vanquish Phoenix, I had the Tamiya Wild Willy Driver in it, and I decided I wanted his head to turn. So I designed a kit to make it easy for everybody to do it. So let me show you. So this is the setup. This is the guy's head. His body is here. So I designed it so that we can glue it into place. Attach the tiny servo to it. Let me zoom this in a bit. Just give you an idea how big this servo actually is. Basically 20 millimeters. It's this model here, KSD X06. You can get it with, you can actually get it without the tabs. It's kind of hard to point when you're using the camera. So these tabs here, you can get it with the tabs sideways. You can get it with the tabs like this, which is basically the one I have here, or you can get it without tabs. It's generally made for airplanes, but one of the reasons I got this one is because it's also high voltage. That is 7.4 volts maximum, but that's what I'm running in my truck, so that makes it easier that way. I didn't want to lower the voltage in the truck because it drives the steering servo as well. So yeah, so basically you would print the gears and the bracket. Now once that's done, or in between if you will, you'd use a step drill like this one, and you would ream it out and drill out. Use the actual hole that goes, the actual hole that attaches the head in the first place, and you drill it out. 10 millimeter hole, basically for this part here. Yeah, that'll fit right in. So let's put that in, and I'll show you how it works. This basically is a 55 millimeter screw with the head chopped off and filed down to make it work again properly without the cutting burrs, if you will. So you leave about maybe 4 or 5 millimeter thread in here. Lock the two nuts together, screw it in with the Loctite, let that dry. Put that aside, and then you'll take your printed part. You're going to need two 6 millimeter by 3 flanged bearings. Right, so this has to go in here. So as you can see, it sits in there nicely. So in order to fit this into place before you glue it, you need a washer a little bit bigger than 10 millimeters. So this one's 11. And with the hole small enough that the screw doesn't go through. Okay. So put that there. Now you can do it with or without the servo being attached. I would recommend without. Okay, so once that's in there, use a nut I'll just use a regular nut. Now it doesn't have to be really tight. You just gotta set it so that it's snug. You see that went in too much. I have to make sure the washer covers the hole. Alright, basically like that. The washer stays flat with the top surface. Now you can see you need to position it, so you need to turn it into position. So basically place it, doesn't matter if it's crooked or whatnot, just place it so that it clears everything underneath inside here and over here. It's kind of hard to see. So it has to basically clear everything inside here. Now what you want to do is put some glue, some CA glue inside here. Now one easy way of doing that is with one of these. This basically, you can buy these in bulk in many places online. So you slide that onto your bottle. This is really good super glue, by the way. And let me zoom in over here. Now you don't need a lot of this, obviously. This is very liquid, so it's just going to go wherever you put it. Alright, so do that and let that dry. Now while that's drying, you're going to insert an M3 nut into one of the gears. And the other gear, the opening is designed for small servos. So you basically have to press fit it on. Then you use the screw that comes with it to fasten it down. You can use a washer if you want to push it down evenly. Obviously mine is already on, as you can see here. And you can see this is an M2 flathead with a washer. Well, let's see if that's dry enough. Now, what I think happened here is there's probably some glue that got on here. You can just pry it off. See, it's a bit wet still from the glue, so we'll let that dry some more. And we'll be right back. Alright, so that should be dry enough now. Now, one of the reasons you need these guys a bit lower is to go into the slot that's in here. That's kind of funny. Okay, so once you got the head in, going to use a nylon lock nut, an M3 nylon lock nut. Okay, so you're going to tighten it. See, that's a bit too tight. You want the head to be loose, but you don't want it to be sloppy. So and you also don't want it to be tight because you don't want the servo to do any forcing. So play with it. See, that's pretty good. See, it's pretty loose, but not too loose, so it doesn't move up and down. So your guy looks pretty good. Now you take the gear with the nut and you screw it on. With the nut facing inwards. Try and hold make sure your servo is in neutral. You plug it into the radio and make sure it's centered before you do anything. Hold the head straight forward. Adjust it so that it's even or close to even with the other gear. You don't want to go too low because you're going to hit the servo. So like this is pretty good. And then you'll use a nut, M3 nut. And you'll lock that onto the gear. You can use a lock nut for that too, but you don't really need it. Now at this point, like I left the servo on, but you can have it on or off before or after. So now I have to position it, basically push it back into place so that it doesn't move anymore. Oh, but you see, his head is crooked. So I have to readjust that. Alright. Any minimal adjustments. His head is slightly facing right, but that's fine. I can adjust it with the alignment on the radio. There we go. The servo comes with tiny screws. You should be able to use those screws to secure the servo into place. So there we go. That's, you can see that it moves like that. Let's connect it to the truck. I believe this was channel 3. You might need an extension. I think I'm going to use an extension for mine because it's going to be pretty short. I mean, you want to be able to connect and disconnect it while you're taking the body on and off, unless you use some magnetic contacts of some sort. You see, I'm going to need to adjust the head position again. I'm going to readjust that and be right back. And just like that, the head is exactly where it should be. Now in your radio, obviously you're going to need a multi-channel radio. Okay, so for instance, this is a Radio Link RC 6GS, which is a 6-channel radio. This is V2. They're on V3 now. Those are pretty good radios. I really like them. The first thing you need to do, go into the programming, and you will go down to where is it? Okay, there's mix 1 and mix 2. So you want mix 1 because channel 1 is the steering servo. So the mixing is on. The first thing here, the MST, or MST means master. So master is the steering, which will be channel 1. And your slave will be channel whatever it is you choose. I put it on channel 3, which is my knob here, so I could actually turn it by itself. And you're going to want to adjust your endpoints. So you can, mine are at 100%, it's fine, it works well. You can go less, you can go more. It's going to depend on maybe what servo you're using and that. But generally that's about it. You go into your mixing, turn it on. Your master is steering, your slave is whatever channel you choose to put the head on, the servo for the head on. And you can go back. You might need to also go into the reversing. So I got steering is normal, 4 is normal. And if I go down, channel 3 is reversed. So you want the head to turn in the same direction as your wheels will do. So in order to do that for this one, I had to reverse it. So the steering is normal, but the head turning servo is in reverse. So now when I turn my steering, it's possible in your radio you might be able to adjust the speed at which the head turns too. I know I can do it here, but might play with that a little bit later on, and again independently. So you could put it on a channel that you have a variable connector to. I don't know if I can show you the gears actually turning. So that's about it. That's kind of cool, no? I know a lot of people have done it. But the first time, a bit of a fun fact here, the first time I've seen it was in a 1986 movie called The Manhattan Project. It featured a Tamiya Subaru Brat, and the character's head turned. And at the time it was really cool and a lot of fun to see an RC in a, I guess we'll call it a big movie, if you will. There's been others, but that's the one I remember the most. So have fun, and if you do this, give me a shout and show me. Oh yeah, and the files for this will be on my cults page or the Umagine page, both of which will probably be around $2 or so. So see ya.